T. Shaw here. We got Ron Shaw. We got Angelica in the back, John in the back. And we got a special guest today, somebody that I look up to, even though he say I be saying that too much, but I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Somebody I look up to, photographer, did a lot of things, worked with a lot of people. Definitely an influencer for me. We got Stretch in the building. Let's clap it up. Definitely. I want to start with, for we know you do photography, but how did that get started? Like, what made you want to get into that?
Oh man, that's it was a blessing, man. It was God, man. Just sometimes things happen in life and you got to kind of figure it out. And God put certain people in your life, and not to get on a spiritual tip, but that's just what it is, man. I was in college, and I played football. I graduated from Bowling Green State University, so I played football out there on full ride scholarship. And some things that happened to where I ended up stepping away from the team or whatnot. And then, things started going a little left. I was doing things I really shouldn't have been doing. You know what I'm saying? So one of my big homies, his name was Byron Freeman, rest in peace, be free. He's the one that introduced me to the game. He was a well-respected person within his college community, within his city of Toledo, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? He was that dude. You know what I'm saying? And he had a photography business. He was an entrepreneur to the fullest. At BG getting his doctorate, he was doing photography, T-shirts. I'm dating myself, but he was doing the little dog tags that was hot at one point. He had that machine. So his thing was he would do all the college campuses around Ohio. He had a picture booth. He had a dog tag machine and a T-shirt press. So he'll take your picture, he'll put on a shirt, dog tag, whatever, before the party's even over. So he was the definition of a hustler. So he came up to me, and this is a popular dude, member of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. He came up to me, and he was like, Stretch, man, why don't you help me out, man? I'm like, what's up? What you need? He's like, man, let's take these pictures together. I'm like, hell no, I want to party. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my 1-2 at the school, and I need to be in the party. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He was like, nah, let's do this. So I'm like, all right, cool. He asked me for a reason. You know what I'm saying? This is out of all the people he know. Yeah. All the photographers. I ain't never took pictures a day in my life. You know what I'm saying? He wanted me to help him. Come to find out, he ended up contracting cancer, and it was eating away at his face. So I was the person, like he would go to Columbus, do chemo, come back, do a party, and I would hold it down. Either he was well enough to hold it down, or I would do it myself. I would take him the money just like dope, taking the money, and then he'd break me off. I'm like, cool, I'm doing it for him, you know what I'm saying? So we built a great relationship. Like I said, he introduced me to the game, and the doctor said he had 2 days to live, and on that, his last day, he called his people in. He said, I want to give all my equipment to Stretch, you know what I'm saying? So he gave me his camera. Since then, I've moved on, but, he gave me his camera, light sight up, backdrops, printers, all that, and I just went to town after that. That was history. Yeah.
So, if you don't mind, how did you get the name Stretch? Yeah. Like, is it a meaning behind it, or?
So, believe it or not, I was tall and lanky growing up. You know what I'm saying? And it was a name that stuck. When I went to college, I was played wide receiver. I was tall and lanky. So everybody, when you got 60 people already calling you that, it just stick, man. It stuck so much. My late mother, she started calling me that. Like, Stretch, shut up. I'm like, Mom, don't call me that. You know what I'm saying? The pastor called me Stretch. I'm like, oh, man, what's going on? But it just kind of stick, man, just from me being skinny and lanky. So, that's all.
That's dope. That's a lot of people don't even, like, have backstories like that. Some people just say, oh, well, I picked up a camera today, and I was like, man, I'm a photographer. Yeah. So I like that. Now, speaking of photography, do you, like, what's best for you? Do you like, as far as, because I know you do clubs and stuff too, right? So do you like doing clubs more or like in-studio photography?
My favorite photography is concerts, particularly like neo-soul type vibe concerts. I used to do concerts for the legendary, was it Take 5 downtown? I believe that's what it was called. Mm-hmm. It just recently closed down, and they've changed it to Filter. It's what Filter used to be. So I used to do pictures for a promoter. It was a rhythm and blues club, neo soul. So I would do pictures for him, and I loved that night, man. You talk about that emotion. We just talked about the 70 to 200 lens. Yeah. really capturing that emotion. Like if I could still do that, I would do that. If I can go on tour with Erykah Badu, I would do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's a vibe. Like them when those artists are performing, whether it be neo soul, whether it be poetry, being behind that lens is like really capturing that true emotion for real. And I love that. That's my favorite. Sometimes I even throw them pictures in black and white. Cause I just,
love black and white.
I love black and white. I wish I could do more, but you gotta do what the client wants. So.
I love black and white. What's your favorite camera to use? I know we talked about Nikon and Canon and stuff like that. Like,
I'm a Canon guy. That's all I knew. That's just, I don't know why I like Canon, but that's what I started with. Well, I'll take that back. I started with the digital joint, the little square digital joint, and then the Polaroid, because I was selling the digital joints for the 10 or the 20 for the big one. And then with the little Polaroid, I sell them for $5. So I had whatever you wanted, the cheap people or whatever you wanted. But professional photography, I started with Canon. So I'm a Canon dude. That's just what I know. So I don't knock anybody else for whatever they use, but I just, I prefer Canon.
Canon is the best. We can say it.
Right. They got the better lenses.
Yeah, they definitely got.
I mean, a lot of other cameras can use Canon lens, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? So.
What about as far as, do you think the digital era has taken over? You know, with like Sears closing down, stuff like that. How do you feel about like people? Because I think we both dealt with this, where people would say, hey, I want my pictures taken. Can you have them back to me in 5 minutes? Like, when do you think that kind of started? Because, it used to be a time if you got your pictures taken at Sears or Photo Renovate, those type of places, you got to wait weeks. Right. So where do you think this quote-unquote microwave era started with as far as, like, media? Because, like, you can't go, if you tell somebody I had your pictures back in a week, they probably won't even book you.
Right. Just the art of photography just transforming and transcending into different things, man. Different different flavors, man. Like just photography's evolving, man. I mean, it is what it is. We either choose to hop on board and adapt, or we just keep doing what we doing, and the people that's gonna rock with us gonna rock with us. So, but it's just the game is just changing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? More and more people is going back to the. I started with the photo booth. You know what I'm saying? I was telling your brother, like, I was eating at that photo booth in college, man. I was making $1,500 to $2,000 a night printing people's pictures out. You know what I'm saying?
People still like that. It's
charisma too. I had charisma, so I was cool with the dope boys. I was cool with this group and that group to where they was always gonna rock with me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when the clock strike 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm only doing $20 pictures. You know what I'm saying? So all 20s. So they all, I want 10 of them, I want 15 of them. So and I had the printer that I invested in, always invest in yourself. I had a printer that I got hip to from my other influencer, RIP Flicks. He was Young Jeezy's professional photographer, and he taught me a lot of game, you know what I'm saying? And he would also not only photograph Young Jeezy, but he would do the photo booths too. He's like, man, you get this photo booth, it's like an engine. They give you like 60,000 prints, and then it's gonna die on you. But them prints, they just gonna spit out just like a laser printer, you know what I'm saying? So I got me one of them. So within that hour left in the club, shit, I might have made $1,200, $1,400, because it's just spitting out. So, it's just, I don't know, it's just how it's going back to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want the guy in the club walking around, and, the homeboy, I don't know his name, but he walks around and he got his Polaroid. People paying for him, you know what I'm saying? I told him, hey, man, people paying for how much you selling them? Such and such. I'm like, man, I do it for this. They gonna buy it, bro. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause they rocking with that now. They want that classic look. You know what I'm saying?
Tell us sometimes, like, when you was out doing some stuff, you had any worse experiences out there, some bad experiences when you was taking pictures out in the club or wherever?
I got a couple, but one is kind of graphic, so I ain't gonna put that out there too much. But one time I went to Flint, Michigan during the, I did a big wedding out there in Flint. One thing about me is, being in Bowling Green State University, it's right by Detroit, right by Michigan, so I built a lot of clientele from that. So I'm doing a wedding out in Flint during the water crisis, all that. So I'm taking these beautiful pictures on top of the water. It's got a bridge. I'm taking the pictures. I got my flash out there, all that. my flash stopped working for some reason. You know, my batteries had died. And the sun's going down, so I wanted that pop, this and that. So I know the couple, so it's cool, but I kind of lose my cool. I take the batteries. First mistake is I threw them in the water. They in the battery, they in the water crisis. I threw all these batteries in the water. I thought about like, damn. And then, so we like, all right, we're going to go to the next. You know, the sun about to go down. I don't have my flash no more, so we on to the next spot. We shoot at the next spot. We get to the reception. I'm like, oh, shit. I forgot my 70. I just bought the 70 to 200 lens. I'm like, I left it in one of the two spots. So I was riding with the wedding couple, so we had to go ride to the one spot, ride to the other spot. I had left it behind a dumpster in the alley in downtown Flint, Michigan, man. And thank God it was still there, but I would have been sick, nigga. I would have been sick, man. That lens was expensive. But you know,
behind a dumpster.
God don't like ugly, man. I threw them batteries in that water, man. And, you know, but luckily I ain't. You know, I found the lens, so it's all good. That's it.
Damn, man. Hell yeah, I know you would have been salty as hell. So, man, is there any, like, celebrities or people that you would want to work with? Like, name some of the people you might want to, you can see yourself working with or want to work with.
I definitely love working with artists. You know what I'm saying? The younger me would have loved being a young photographer traveling with these artists everywhere. I could have done that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I kind of got popping at a late age, I guess. I don't know if that's politically correct for me to say, but I just got popping at a late age and I couldn't just leave. I can't drop and leave everything and go with an artist and be on tour for 6 months, 7 months, and when I got things cooking back here too. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the artists coming to town, I had an opportunity to photograph Erykah Badu, but COVID hit and they canceled the concert. And they never rescheduled it here in Cleveland. But that's one of my favorite artists. Like, her music has gotten me through a lot of things. It's, you know, you can really zone out and just, you know, just think, man, and just you know, meditate for real. And I would have loved to meet her and shoot her for sure. I would have laced her for sure. But that's the artist, man, and I would love to shoot for Erykah Badu for sure.
When you out there,
Erykah Badu next time, if ever she come to Cleveland.
For sure. So what gives you your inspiration to keep, you know, going? Like, you know what I'm saying, keep being creative and. My inspiration is not letting people down for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, not letting my parents down, because, you know, they see, damn, you going to do another job, you going out of town to here or there, you got to rest, do this, do that. But letting them know that, nah, I'm really dope at this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really got something going with this. You know what I'm saying? Not letting the people, the other photographers that might, you know, rock with me or look up to my work, not letting them down. Like, I like hearing somebody say, man, I like hearing a promoter say or a club owner say, man, like, I rock with Stretch because it's 4 a.m. and he's sending me the Dropbox link already, and these bitches fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, to where I'm going to be honest, I don't even, you know, I do my thing, but I'm not even editing the club pictures for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know other people, and there's nothing wrong with it, but they actually sit down and really edit. And it's just like, I got it mastered, and I try to get everything right out the camera first. You know what I'm saying? So I might not have to do anything extra, but I like people seeing that work ethic. You know what I'm saying? I take pride in being booked all day and not getting tired. That last event, I'm like, I don't know, I might cancel this one. You know what I'm saying? I take pride in being a man of my word. I take pride in booking someone and not booking something else because it may have been a higher cost or it may have been a more appetizing client. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to play. You know what I'm saying? Where I hear other people have been played. Man, all the time, man. But to each his own. But I take pride in not canceling somebody because an out of town thing might have came up or something like that. If you book me, I'm going to give you me, man. It's me. I'm only one man, but I'm going to split my body up to take care of everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let my man Shaw get something too, you know what I'm saying? So, but, you know, that's one thing I have to learn as an artist. If I want to be a boss, because I'm not a boss yet, but if I want to be a boss, I got to have people that I can trust that I can say, all right, I need you to go do this job for me, this and that, you know what I'm saying? Or I need you to do this and that, and not have to worry about that person not appreciating what I've, you know, the camaraderie that I'm trying to build with them, or I don't have to worry about this person trying to, you know, undercut me for the business and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a boss yet, but I ultimately want a team. But I keep going because I just don't want to let people down. I don't want to let Be Free down. You know, rest in peace. I don't want to let Flicks down. Rest in peace. I don't want to let T Free down. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to let Stephen. I don't want to let him down. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the people that took time in me. You know what I'm saying? Took time to build who I am. You know what I'm saying? I didn't swagger jack any of those guys, but they helped mold me and to formulate who I am. Stretch, Picture Perfect Photography. They helped mold me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can't let them down.
Oh, yeah, you know.
You are a boss, though.
I know you.
Boss.
Man, you humble, but yeah, you a boss,
Depending on how
man.
you look at it, though, but you are, man, you're not just a boss, but like I said, you are inspiration. Like, when you get, I told you that was my first time shooting here, too. Stretch, like, you got it, man, or I wouldn't have caught you. I'm like, man, but what if, he like, you got it, just go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But no, you definitely, you a boss, man. And, like, I think just some people look at the term of boss and just say, like, oh man, he think he a boss, cause no, man, you a boss, bro. You taking care of what you gotta take care of. You going out, like you said, people sending you stuff talking about 4 a.m. We got to drive. You a boss.
Responsibility and accountability.
Yeah, you
a lot of
doing
people
that.
just want to be responsible.
Like you
for
tell me,
folk,
no,
but
people need to know
no
that.
accountability.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You definitely doing what you're supposed to do.
For sure.
I look up to you. You know,
Yeah.
real talk. Like, I don't care about, I look up to you, bro. And I told you that.
And I be trying to get him to. I be like, man, you good, man, you good. But man, I appreciate you, man, because you got, you know what I'm saying. Now,
I
now
can't
he
let
out
him
there
down.
now,
Let
man.
me get out here and do this. I'm like, Stretch, anything he need, I want to be there. Like, I tell him. So, like I said, bro, no, you a boss, bro. Like,
But how y'all young cats are elevating, I might have influenced you to do something, but y'all are elevating. I gotta make sure I'm not complacent and stuck in my ways, and it's time for me to elevate a little bit more. So I went shooting club photos, and as far as printing them out, that game was non-existent. You know what I'm saying? I did it up until Vada nightclub.
dang.
I used to do that. My last time doing that was a Jay-Z concert, and it was packed. It was a Jay-Z after party. Man, I was charging people $75 a picture for 4x6s.
What?
And niggas, I kid you not, niggas would be like, just to flex in front of each other, Man, I want 10 of them joints. I want 20 of them joints.
Damn.
Like, and the girls is getting mad, like, we was next. I'm like, baby, I'm gonna give your pictures for free if you just chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was amazing, man. You know what I'm saying? That was one of my last times in there. And then eventually he had, moved on. My boy that owned it had moved on to bigger and better things. So it was like, damn, what am I gonna do now? Because I put all my eggs in that one basket, Vada nightclub. That's where everybody knew me as Vada nightclub. So all the other clubs and other promoters, they would want me, but I couldn't because I was sold into Vada nightclub, loyalty. And that kind of messed me up. When that stopped, I really couldn't work nowhere else because they already had their people, which I get. So I'm like, I gotta do something else. So that's when I started learning the photo shoot game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to, I feel like I got a good eye. So now I'm gonna have to freelance. But I was hearing the freelancers back then was making such and such. I'm like, nah, I can't do that. Now where I'm making 2 bands at the club, like, I ain't doing that. But I'll freelance and I'll do it for this price. But I'm gonna sell these joints too. So I'm gonna set up my printer behind the bar. So when I'm freelancing you and you want that picture, it's cool. Toss me 20. I'm gonna print it right out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting money from them, which is good. It's higher than what other people was charging, but it still ain't the highest because I'm just learning. But I'm still making this too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all about elevating. I had to elevate my game and do different things. Then I'm like, damn, people ask me to do their weddings. I ain't never did no wedding before. Started doing weddings, and that's a different bag. So I just gotta, now photographers are getting into graphics. So me and you talked about this. So now I gotta, step my game up and learn the art of adding graphics and doing this and that. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta keep up with y'all. People like yourself and other people, they inspire me too, cause I gotta elevate. Times is changing, man. You can't stay the same. So.
Like, what's your ultimate goal? Like, we know you do the photography. We know you in Cleveland. Like, do you plan on leaving, or like, where do you see yourself from here? going from here?
Within the next 5 years, I hope to be full blown, just straight photography as my form of income. I don't know if it's gonna be within 5 years. Hopefully it is, because time is ticking. But I want a team, man. I admire some of the people in the city, the entrepreneurs in the city. One person, DJ Low Key. He's not even a photographer, he's a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
But DJ Low Key, he's a good friend of mine. And before we became brothers, I would always hear DJ Low Key, but it'd be different people. Mm-hmm. And then I finally met DJ Low Key, and he just has a team of DJs to where he don't miss an event, don't miss a beat, man. He got like almost 20, I don't know what he got now, but it was at the time it was damn near 15, 20 DJs that he would just send out. And he's getting that bag, and he would pay them. He's a boss, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's kind of how eventually I want to work my hand with all the things. Like I said, I'm only one person, but in my life, my photography career, I missed a lot of jobs just because I can't be there. Mm-hmm. If I had a team of people I can trust and people that want to build and get this bag, it'd be a takeover, man.
Yeah.
I could be an ATL Flicks, you know what I'm saying? Like, with all due respect to ATL Flicks, I feel like we got talent here in our city, man. Our nightlife looks lit. Yeah. We just don't have them stars, man. That's it. But our nightlife is lit. But ATL Flicks, Legendary, they do their thing. They're at every event, every club. They don't miss a beat. And they're getting a bag doing it. I would love to do that. I mean, I know nightlife ain't everything. It's just a small facet of what I do, but it's something that I've had success with and has helped me build and create who I am, you know what I'm saying? And if I could just have that team, you know what I'm saying, it'd be hopefully within the next 5 years. But, before I die, before I wrap up the camera, I want to eventually have a team, man.
But how do you, because that's how I think. Even, like you said, outside of nightlife, just you got to have a team for everything and people you could trust. But even if it was a team, how do you think it would, like, work with the nightlife in its current condition, like, in the city? Because remember, now you still fighting the people who...
It might not even be nightlife. Give you an example. I did a job before with someone else, another photographer, and we got paid. It was for one of the casinos here when it first got popping. We got paid one amount, and our counterparts, they had another team of photographers there. I'm going to say their number. They was getting 20, 30,000, 50,000 for the weekend with their team. You know what I'm saying? So why can't that be me? So let's forget nightlife. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why I don't want to be just nightlife. I want to be known as I'm not a picture man. I'm a photographer. You know what I'm saying? So nightlife is just, people love me. I got a good eye, so I'm gonna come out there and get that bag. And I feel like I'm stamped in the city, and I feel like I help make this city look good with my nightlife photography. But forget that. I want a team to go do those corporate things, do those corporate events. You know what I'm saying? And get that bag. That's a different bag. That's the bag I want.
Yeah.
That's the bag I want my team to want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so that's where I'm at with that for real.
That's definitely anything. Like, say you got a call or something and you had to leave town. Like, is anything still keeping you in Cleveland?
I'm a family guy, man. I love my family. And my mother, she recently passed. A little bit over a year and a half ago. And, she damn near treated me like I was a celebrity. Like, I'm out of town all the time. And it's like, I'm not. Like, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I just feel like I can't be too far away from my family, man.
Yeah, like that.
But I do feel like I got to spread my wings and fly and go other places, because I feel like I can there's more opportunity in other places, and I can put my stamp on other cities and really thrive for real. Yeah. Sometimes you got to do that to get where you really want to get to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have aspirations to be a director of photos for movies. I always see myself looking at the credits to see who the director of photography is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? And you got to get to LA. You got to get to different places to kind of really do that for real.
That's
so
the scary part.
Eventually I'm going to have to take that leap, within the next 5 years when I am just full photography. I'm going to have to see what else is out there for real.
next time I go to Colombia, which I go there a lot, I'm gonna take my camera and I got a couple photo shoots set up for that. So be on the lookout for that. You know, just hopefully being able to travel more abroad and get more photos of different people, man. Show my city what other countries look like. You know what I'm saying? And make, you know, that's it.
Dope.
With that.
So before we get out of here, so within the 5 years, so you saying no kids coming, or is it any kids?
Oh man, I hope I have a little one, man, coming up. You know, I'm getting old, father time, but you know, I got some pretty dope god kids, man, that I love and cherish for real, and glad they're in my life. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely would love to have kids of my own someday. You know, if it happened, it happened. If not, I got some good god kids, man.
So here go the major question before we leave. You had that kid, right? Who taking the pictures?
Right. Hey, that's funny because I hate taking family pictures. I know you do, man. That's what they want to ask you. Like, sometimes I want to just enjoy the moment. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do your way, man. I just want to enjoy it because I'm working. Because I can't do both. I can't do both. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I'm doing my kids' photos, I'm not enjoying the moment. I know I'm gonna have, you know, T. Shaw doing the video, man, birthday videos, capturing all that, man. I do know that. So
that's right.
I do know that, man. But you know, hopefully one day, God willing.
Is there anybody or anything you want to shout out, or anybody you want to shout out? Or let them know what's coming up. Or
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate this podcast for sure, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Definitely.
Thank you for allowing me to kind of express myself and tell a little bit about my story. You know, shout out to everybody that rocks with me, and you know, anybody who's ever invested in me and spent a dollar with me. I appreciate y'all to the fullest, man, and may God bless y'all, man. And I just, you know, like I said, I just don't want to let people down, man, because I feel like I've done some good things, man, and you know, my man Big Hef, shout out to Big Hef. He does a lot of things in the city. Every time he sees me, he says, "Man, you really helped paint a picture of Cleveland, man." And I'm like, "Nah, man." And he like, "Nah, you really have. Like, you've done your things and you've done it well." So I just can't let them people down that invested themselves with me. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So
that's right.
I appreciate my city.